Welcome to the first video. Now I'll show you how I made this in Pixellab for you to make this anticipate flyer on Pixellab. Maybe your church is having a program or you are just designing as a church creative. So now you click on this default template and then you clear off this default text. Once you delete that default text, you are to create your background. Now to create your background, you need to tap on this part. Can you see all these tools here? So now you scroll that one and then locate this last second to the last panel. Now once you click on that, you can select either color or you select your image from gallery. Now this is the option for gallery. So now click on it and then you add on to your images. Now I will be using one of the images I downloaded from Pinterest. So now let's scroll to where it is. Now this is what I'll be using as my background, but now you remember we are using a square form. So you click on this one by one here. So once you click on that one by one, it will automatically select the square part and then you can now adjust to what you want. So I'm going to shift my own inward a bit due to some reasons I'll tell you now. So now when you have it like this, you can still adjust and crop until you have what you want. Now this is what I am trying to pick from it. Now the next thing is to adjust your background. So you click on this last magic tool here, this one here. So once you click on it, you are going to adjust the brightness, the contrast, and the saturation. So I'm going to make my saturation somewhere like this. So we can still adjust our background depending on how we want it to look like. So I think this should be good to go. Now you have to import the background, the next layer from your gallery. The layer is the road that we are using, the road. So you have to click on import. Once you import the resource, this is it. So once you have it, it is in PNG format, and if you check our description box, you'll be able to download them to your phone. So now you put it somewhere here, you place it somewhere here, and that is not all. You need to also go to these color filters under your image setting that you've selected. So click on color filters, adjust the saturation. I'll put mine around -46, brightness reduce a bit, contrast increase a bit. Now it is better and sharper. Now you need to bring in the next thing, which is your mirror, the mirror of the side mirror of your car. Now you need to select import again. So if this one is giving you issue, make sure you lock it down, then you can proceed to the next thing. So click on import and then bring in this. Once you bring in this, you can then place it where you want it to be. So either you increase or decrease depending on how you want it to be. Just ensure that it is showing what you want on the screen. Now this is what you have, and then we need to proceed to it is coming with full speed. That one is just a test layer. Now click on this A. Don't forget, you need to be attentive. Click on this A that you have here. Once you click on this A, then you can click on test. So once you click on test, then you can type edit. Click on edit and type. Now I'm typing it is coming. Now once I'm done, I'll click OK, then bring it downward here. I'm going to use color. So scroll to color and then select color white out of the default color. So once you are done, you go to fonts. This is font. Once you click on font, you can then select the font you want to use. So I use Montserrat. This is the Montserrat I used, Montserrat medium. So once you click on that, you can now adjust the size. So I'm going to select size and then reduce to 12. So 12 is okay. Then I'll go to spacing of my letters. So here is the spacing option. Once you click on spacing option, increase the spacing. Let's put it around 60. So 60 is okay. Then you can now align it to the center and then you bring it down a bit. So once you bring it down a bit, check what you've done and then you can proceed to the next thing. To the next thing now, it is the logo and the name of the church we are designing for. So I'm going to use any logo from my logo gallery. So you just have to pick a logo. But if you are designing for a real church, you need to use a main logo. So I'm just going to pick this logo and then insert it into my design. So now I would reduce it until I have what I want. Then I will adjust what I have here. So now the next thing is to type the text for your name of the church. So now you type, I'm using greater heights ministries. So once you have that, you can click on done. This is also Montserrat. I'll go to font, select Montserrat medium. So once you select Montserrat medium, then you go to color. You can give it color white as well. So color white. After that, you place it beside the logo appropriately. Also, you need to change the size of this our text. Let's use 12 as well, and then adjust the up down line spacing. So -3 is okay, and then you place it well to where it should be. Now once you are done with the name, let's go on to the anticipate part of it. Then we click on text, edit it, delete all these ones, anticipate. So once you type, after typing you anticipate, you also bring it here and then you change the color. We are using white also for this one. I want to be using basic color so that you can quickly get how to make yours. So font is the next thing. Once you click on font, you can now select your font. I used Oswald bold, and this is Oswald semi bold. Okay, let's use Oswald semi bold. Put it here. Once you put it here, you have to adjust your mirror to a bit. Now your anticipate, you need to go here and adjust the opacity. This is the opacity here in Pixellab. So click on opacity and adjust until you have what you want. So I'm using 57, or let's make it 60% of opacity, and then you go to 3D rotate here. So once you click on 3D rotate, you adjust the x-axis to 2 degrees and then your y-axis to like 44 degrees or so. So once you have it the way you want, it is not compulsory you use the exact figure. Depending on how your background is, that is what will determine how your anticipate will look like. So adjust the anticipate until you have exactly what you want. Can you see it is overlapping the mirror? So I will need to open the layer and then place my mirror at the top. So click on the mirror and then send it to the front. So to front. So once you send it to the front, it will be exactly the way you want it to be. Now to the next thing, which is Youth Conference 2025. Now you have to select the text also and then delete all the default text and then type youth. Once you type youth, give it color. I'm using white again. So white for the youth. Also bring it here. Go to font. Once you go to font, select Oswald semi-bold again and then you adjust the size. Now I need to adjust the opacity as well. Go to opacity. There is opacity. I've showed you earlier. So click on opacity and adjust until you have something perfect. I'm going to use 65 for this. Adjust it until you have something perfect. Now we don't need to disturb ourselves looking for fonts, typing again. You just need to copy. So this is where you locate your copy in your Pixellab. So once you select copy, and then it display another layer, so you bring it here and then click on edit. Once you click on edit, you are going to erase this one. After erasing you type on conference. You type your conference. Once you type conference, you click OK. You know it is larger than the mirror. You need to adjust the size by using your finger to reduce the size, or going to the size option and then reducing it. Now this is youth conference. We need to go to 3D rotate also. So I'll click on 3D rotate, adjust the y-axis a bit. So let me just make the y-axis minus 15. Youth also change it to y-axis minus 15. So now we need to write 2025. You can copy that one as well, but make sure you return your 3D rotate to the normal stuff and then bring this one here. Edit that text you've copied. After copying it, you edit it and then type 2025 or the year in which you are designing or how you want it to be. So now this is 2025. We need to adjust the rotation of it also. So you select 3D rotate again and then you pull the x-axis a bit and then the y-axis also a bit until you have something flat on the road. So let's increase it a bit and then place it here. So once you adjust it, you can then leave it like that. After that, now you go to vignette, which is from this side. You click on this magic stick that you have at this corner here. Once you click on it, you click on vignette, which is here. So once you click on vignette, you enable it and then you select the color you want to use. I'm going to use this color. This color. You can see the X code here. You can see the X code here. So you can copy the X code if you want, but it depends on the color you are using. Now I will adjust it until I have what I want. Let me give it 220. So once you give it 220, you are good to go. So here is how to save your design. You just click on this one at the top here. That one that looks like this cat. Click on it and then save as image. You can set it to what you want, either default or very high. Ultra will be very okay.